If you're an Etsy seller and you're sitting there with a store that is not selling or used to sell and doesn't sell anymore, here are the top 5 reasons why your Etsy store isn't selling. Number 5 is not improving your product photos. Go and look at your store right now. Go and look at it and ask yourself the question, when was the last time I took the time to run through at least the primary product photos and improve them to make them look more appealing and more clickable to customers? If the answer is you haven't improved them for 6 months or a year, that's way too long. Get involved and try to at least improve the primary product photo slot. That's number 5, improving product photos. Number 4, Etsy has been telling us for years now to add video to our listings, and listing videos do help improve conversion. So if you don't have videos in your listings, add them. Go and film some videos. And if you do have product videos, go and look at them and say to yourself, are these videos good? Ask yourself this question: does your product video show your product in use? Right? As customers, that's what we want to see. If someone's, if we're going to buy some jewelry and we want to buy a bracelet, we want to see the bracelet in a video on a model's arm being moved so that we can see the sparkle and the size and the width of it. We want answers to those questions, and that's what we have to do in product videos. Answer our customers' questions visually so that they don't start asking us questions in messaging and chat, right? Let's answer those questions in the listing. So check your videos. If you don't have any, add them. If you do have them, ask yourself the question, are you showing the product in use? Are they any good? Right, number 3, this is a big one, but not in the way you might think: pricing. So pricing on Etsy, you need to look at your prices and ask yourself, are my prices too low or are my prices too high? Now here's the thing with pricing. Sellers mistakenly think if I lower my prices far enough, I'm just going to make more sales because my products are so cheap. But this doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can try it. Go and try lowering your prices to a really low level. Possibly you might not be making any money, and see what happens. Not much is going to happen. And pricing too high. Recently, I've seen a lot of clients coming into my consultancy where the prices genuinely, they're too high. I haven't seen this for a while, but I've been seeing it this year. Price is way too high for prints and artwork and jewelry. Check your prices. You don't want to price yourself out of the market, but you don't want to price yourself too cheap either and undervalue what you're doing. Try to position your pricing with 2 thoughts in mind. 1, that you're happy with the price you charge. There's no point in doing anything if you're not happy with the price you charge. And 2, that your pricing is somewhere generally in the middle area of the pricing bracket that you're selling into. So pricing, take a good look at that. It could be slowing down your sales. Right, now we're getting to the top 2. These are really, really important. So really think about these. Number 2 on the list is you don't have enough listings. So if you're sitting there with 20, 30, 40, 50 maybe listings, and you're saying, well, why am I not selling? If you've got all the other problems or some of the other problems I've given you in this list, and now you're sitting there with low amounts of listings, this is a big problem, because Etsy is looking for stores that have listings to sell. And the more listings you have to sell, the more chances you have to be discovered by customers and start making sales on those listings and start bringing that vital visibility into your store. This is so important. I bang on all the time about getting to 100 listings. It's with good reason, because when you get to 100 listings, at least you've got a varied number of products for Etsy to see and show to potential customers. This gets whittled down so badly when you look at stores with 20, 30, 40 items. It reduces the chances of you selling drastically, and it means what you do have for sale, the listings you do have, let's say the 20, 30, 40, have got to be so much better in terms of quality and photography, video, sales copy, SEO, pricing, to compete. And lots of sellers fall flat here because they don't have the necessary skills to do that. So check the number of listings, try to get to 100. I say this with good reason. Try to get to 100 listings if you can. And if you can't, and lots of you say, I can't, Nick, I can't. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Just do what you can. Just get to where you can. Adapt what I say to your business and just do your best with it. And number one, this is the most important thing. Recency. So when did you last list consistently in your store? When was the last time that you sat there and had a listing plan for say 30 days and you decided to yourself, I'm going to list a new product, one listing a day for 30 days, or one listing every other day for 30 days, or whatever you can manage. Remember, adapt what I teach you. Just because when I say try to list one a day generally, if you can't, don't. Just do what you can, right? You adapt what I say to your business. But Etsy loves recency. If you look at this whole situation from Etsy's perspective, right? How does Etsy view your Etsy store? When it looks at your stores, it knows what's going on. It knows when you list items. It knows when a store is dead and inactive and not doing anything. An analogy I like to use for this is a heat map. Imagine a store that's listing all the time, changing photos, updating products, publishing products, removing products. There's going to be a heat map or signal coming from that Etsy store that this store is active. It is recent. It is working. So it demands attention, right? It's quite simple. If you're doing stuff in your store, Etsy must pay attention to your store. But if you're sitting there not doing anything and the store hasn't been updated for 6 months or 3 months or a year and new products aren't going into the store and things aren't happening, Etsy sees your store and doesn't see the recency and doesn't see this level of activity. Active stores tend to sell more, active stores tend to get more attention from customers, and Etsy and its algorithm and the way it's set up for recency rewards this activity. Yes, you've got to make sure that the quality of the listings you're putting into your store is as good as it can be. Yes, your products have got to be amazing, but list more regularly, get recency going in your store. Ask yourself, when was the last time I listed? If it was longer than a week or two ago, for me, that's too long generally. Right? Yes, there's reasons why you can't list and so on, that's okay. But generally, you need to be listing weekly in the lifetime of your store. Keep listing. Just every week, say, did I list something? Did I bring a new listing in? Have I added products? This is what Etsy wants. You will see. This is why I talk about listing plans and regularly listing. The more you do this, the more attention Etsy gives you. So ask yourself those questions. When did I last list? Was it in the last 2 weeks? Try to make a regular listing plan. Okay, so let me know what you thought of these top 5 reasons why you don't sell. Let me know if any of them are you. Get into my comments with that. And also, if you want to work with me, as always, the Book In Now button is coming up on your screen. This takes you to a discovery call booking. That's a one-to-one discovery call booking with me to talk about your Etsy business and how I can work with you in mentoring or a series of consultations to improve your Etsy business and make more money, because that's the goal for all of us, make more sales. I look forward to speaking to you in the comments, and I look forward to catching you in a consultation. Thank you.